Okay, welcome to the second little tutorial here about iMovie. So now I'm going to show you how to do some editing of the clips we brought in. Um, the first step, the most important one, is that any kind of clip that I've brought in down here, if you want to break it up into smaller clips, you just select it. So it has a yellow frame around it. And then you can go up to modify and split clip, which is also Command B. And of course, it's much easier to use it with a keyboard. But I wanted to show you, if you want to do it with a mouse, you can go up to modify and then split clip, Command B. I'm going to use a keyboard right now. So wherever the white line is right now, if I hit Command B, it will split the clip. So I'm going to do it right there, Command B right now, and you have two clips. I can drag one over, can do the other one there. So this sort of split allows you to then delete this clip, for example, this first one. Hit the delete button and it's gone. Command Z and it's back. It allows me to sort of decide which part of the clip I want to keep in, which one I want to take out. So let's say I'm going to go up right now, drag the mouse all the way up to here where the cars are showing up. Command B again, and I can throw Rick Steves out right now, and all I'm left with right now is this clip here. What you're hearing me when you hear that sound is me hitting the space bar. So in iMovie, you hit the space bar to start the clip, honeycomb, and you hit the space bar to stop it. That's an easy way to advance through the clip. You can also use the forward keys to step through one frame at a time, or the backward keys on the right side, bottom right side of your keyboard, to step back one frame at a time. So you can see I'm going backwards and forwards right now. If you want to extend this clip, I can drag it. So now that joint is basically moved to the right because it remembers where I was before. And the sound down here, you see this blue line is actually the sound on the clip. So let's keep going with the editing first. So if you want to make a transition between this clip on the left and this clip on the right, we can go to transitions up here and add a cross blur or a cross dissolve. You can see it right there. If I move my mouse over, this is what it does between the beginning of the clip, of the end of the first clip, beginning of the second clip. Here's the first clip. And all you have to do is drag it between the two clips that are separated. So right now, if I'm playing it back, I hit the space bar right where the white line is.
Let's go. Home of the regions and the painted caves are unique on this.
And you saw it just sort of blurred the joint between the two clips. The sound wasn't interrupted. You heard the sound just keep going. Even though there's a gap here, there isn't a gap in time. So this is sort of a transition that lives into this clip and into the first clip. So very simple. You just basically take a clip and you drag it in. So I can also change this across dissolve. If I drag that on top, it allows me, when it gets the plus, now I have replaced the cross blur with a cross dissolve. So we want to see what that looks like.
They're nearby it. Let's go. Home of the regions and the painted caves are unique on this.
So you just saw it just quickly dissolved it from one clip to the next. What if you want to replace a voiceover? So let's say you're right over here where Rick Steves is talking.
A million visitors.
With a different image. Well, you can do that. Let's go to my media up here on the top left. And go to my library of photos. And let's say I want to replace it with this view of Portugal, of Lisbon. So I just take this image and drag it not onto the clip, but above the clip. And lo and behold, when I'm now playing this clip back,
kids and their dog. Over the next couple decades, about 1 million.
Wherever I have an image, a still image dragged,
inadvertently tracking in fungus on
actually this is a little bit of a clip also. Wherever I have a clip above the existing clip, it replaces the bottom one. So this is a very handy way to do voiceovers. So if you have a talking head in an interview, let's say from an interview that you took, you can easily replace the talking head with what that person is talking about. And remember, if there's sort of a lesson for video making, it's to show rather than tell. So in videos, in movies, the main goal is to show something rather than to let it be told by a talking head. We will have a lot of interviews for this project that we're working on, and if you do have that, then the best is to replace any kind of worded or said thing, anything verbal that somebody is talking about, if it's visual, with something that actually shows what that person is talking about. So assuming that Rick Steves is talking in this case about Portugal, looking back at Lisbon from across the Tagus River, this would be what we would show. If he was talking about, let's say, people getting together and having a good time, this might happen right here. And I can also click on this and drag it, make it longer. Right now it's 8 seconds long. You can see in the little window, it tells you the length of the clip. So I can make it even longer. Right now 13 seconds, 14 seconds long. And again, if I play this back, space key, you can see
years before that. The caves were closed to the
how the figure of Rick
Steves
Steves is replaced by that still image. You notice still some motion. Why is that? Well, when you click on the image, on the still image, and you look at your icons up here, there's one that's blue, that's a cropping icon. And by default, when you drag an image in an iMovie, it's using applying what's called a Ken Burns effect. So Ken Burns, of course, a famous American director of documentaries, and he has pioneered this idea of using a still image but making it appear as if it's a movie by basically panning the camera over it. So iMovie has this function embedded, and we can basically make a still photograph appear as if it's a film by using this Ken Burns effect. What I'm doing right now is to show you how to manipulate this. So let's say the focus of what Rick Steves is talking about is this woman over here. Well, if you want to zoom in on her, we can click on the frame, on the end frame, and make that end frame be zooming in on this woman. So right now, I'm zooming in even a bit further. So right now, the start frame is this one, end frame is this one. So basically what will happen is that the over the time period from the beginning of the still image to the end, over the time of 14.9 seconds, which is the length of the clip, the frame will zoom in on this woman. So we can just test this right now. Put the cursor right there, hit the space bar, and watch.
More than in the 15,000 years before that.
So you can notice
were closed to the public.
How the frame zooms in on the woman.
By touring an adjacent replica.
Okay. I think that's it for right now. In the next clip, I'm going to show you how to deal with the sound, how to bring other sounds into it, and how to manipulate the sound. Okay, thanks for watching.